Every financial story teaches something. Today's story begins with Andre Coleman. Andre worked night shifts at a hospital, which meant his mornings were for sleeping, not for answering the phone. But one number kept finding him anyway. Andre had an old medical bill. From an ER visit his insurance had only partially covered. He knew he owed it. He was already planning to pay it down, slowly, month by month. What he didn't expect was the volume. The calls started small, one a day. Then, some weeks, the same collector called 5, 6, 7 times, sometimes twice in the same afternoon. One morning, the phone rang at 7:15, while Andre was still asleep after a 12-hour shift. He picked up, groggy, and the voice on the other end was sharp, almost rehearsed. The man said that if the balance wasn't paid by the end of the week, Andre could be arrested for fraud. Andre sat up straight. He didn't know it yet, but that single sentence was already illegal. And this is worth pausing on, because it's the core of everything in today's story. Under federal law, debt collectors cannot threaten you with arrest over an unpaid debt, cannot call you before 8 in the morning or after 9 at night, and cannot call you more than 7 times within a 7-day period about the same debt. These aren't guidelines. They're rules under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, enforced by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Andre didn't know any of that yet. What he knew was that the calls were wearing him down. Then, one afternoon, a co-worker mentioned that someone from a collection agency had called the hospital's front desk asking about Andre's outstanding debt in front of other staff. That's when Andre stopped assuming this was normal. He started keeping a simple log, date, time, what was said, every time the collector called. He learned that a debt collector is allowed to contact other people only to help locate him, generally only once, and is never allowed to tell them what the debt is about. Andre wrote a letter to the collection agency, sent by certified mail, telling them exactly when he could be reached and asking them to stop calling at odd hours. Under the law, that request has to be honored. He also filed a complaint directly with the CFPB, describing the early morning calls, the repeated calls in the same week, and the threat of arrest. The complaint became an official record, one the agency is required to forward to the collector, who then has to respond. The calls slowed. Then they followed the rules. Eventually, Andre worked out a simple payment plan, directly with the hospital's billing office, on his terms, without pressure. He still owed the debt. Nothing about that changed. What changed was how it was collected, and that difference mattered more than he expected. A debt collector can call you, remind you, and expect to be paid. What a debt collector cannot do is lie to you, threaten you, humiliate you in front of others, or wear you down with calls at hours no one should be answering a phone. Knowing where that line sits isn't about avoiding what you owe. It's about being treated like a person while you pay it. Financial protection rarely begins with money. It begins with knowledge. I'm Daniel Brooks. This is American Financial Stories. Knowledge is your first line of financial protection.